Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? Let me turn my mic up just a skosh, just a little bit more. Shegarath, a Daedric kitten of sanity. What is even going on in the chat? Hey, Taco Time. Homelander, I'm doing okay. Playing Baldur's Gate 3. I have been playing Baldur's Gate 3 a lot, actually. Yeah, I've been playing, I finished my first run of Baldur's Gate 3 finally, because I've been playing it, like on and off for a year. Just because I don't ever have time to really go through a game anymore. But it is kind of rad because I just started. I didn't realize that there's like a Malkavian type analog in Baldur's Gate with the Dark Urge playthrough, so I just started a new game. Have I played Once Human? Once Human, why does that sound familiar? I don't think I've played it, but it does sound familiar. And Dr. T. Sanchez, thank you very much. My pronouns are they, them, but if somebody slips up, I don't really care. It's not that big of a deal. What do I think of analog horror? I think yes. Anarch Ion, my delay to the chat is... I think I have it. It's pretty quick, generally. Make me and the fam burgers. Hell yeah, Thunder Coyote. Oh, Kira Cat, I am sorry to hear that. Chris Clemmer, thank you for subbing. Well, no, not Cam Girl, not saying that Malkavian is the same as the Dirge, but in that it's an entire playthrough that kind of changes how you perceive the game because you have the Dark Urge, which I kind of love. AJ Asharma, I have not played the Dominus Collection yet. I want to, because I very much, I've never been able to play the DS games, and I've always wanted to, and I'm so fucking stoked that they finally brought them over, especially because one of them has my baby Soma Cruz, which is just like God, Soma's so cool. Underrated Castlevania protag for sure. Wobble dogs. That sounds adorable. Oh, Levi Ticker, I'm glad you enjoyed Queen Coke Francis. I really like their stuff. They've been really great. Have I played Dredge? I have not, but it's another one I've heard of for sure. Dredge. Why does that sound familiar? Maybe I have. I feel like I might have gotten a code for that one, actually. Gwennifer, I'm playing a half orc, half Nord, just an orc with blonde hair and blue eyes, outcast in Skyrim. Hell yeah. Have you done an honor mode run? No. I don't have... So I don't play, like, D&D generally, so it's not... It's a learning curve for me to play, like, what is possible in the game. And so I think maybe, like, for a third playthrough I'll do that, but right now I am speccing all of my characters entirely differently. I'm rolling multi-class for pretty much my whole party from the beginning. Like for example, last game, Asterion was a main party member, and throughout the entire game, he was just a rogue. And this game, I've already specced him to be a bard rogue. So I'm very excited for where, like, it's going to go. Also, a big thing, and I decided kind of early when I saw how much there was to explore that I was going to do a second playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3, but this Dark Urge is going to be great because the first time I played the game, I've talked about this on stream, I accidentally killed Lizelle, and I killed Minthara on purpose, but I did not realize you could recruit Minthara. So this next playthrough is I have Lizelle and Minthara, and they're going to be main party members. So it's going to change everything. Everything's going to be different. Alexis Montoya, that sounds delightful. It's a fishing game. Oh, I absolutely, yes. That's why I know. It's an indie game. Yeah, I know Dredge. Yes. You say cozy horror fishing game. I'm like, what? No, I've seen, yeah, duh. I followed its development on Twitter. Shadow Drago, how do you accidentally kill Lizelle? So, I did not at the very beginning. I basically went and like playing it again and realizing where Lizelle was. I'm like, I don't know how I missed her. But what basically happened was I never went and rescued Lizelle from the tieflings. So she just stayed there, which means that if you never pick her up, later she joins her party at the bridge to Moonrise Tower. And so, like, I ended up just killing her before going to the Underdark because I thought she was just another Githyanki. And they didn't want to play nice, so I was like, okay, well, I want to go to Act 2, so everybody's going to die. And I didn't realize she was a character. Like, I didn't know. I was going in completely blind because I wanted to play the game. And so it was really just like I was looking online and people were like, oh yeah, you can use the scroll of revivify or whatever the fuck to bring her back even if you accidentally kill her. And I'm like, would have been great to know that before, but is what it is. Bazel. Yeah, my first playthrough was kind of junk in the romance department, not gonna lie. Because I favorite spells, Cloud of Daggers. Cloud of Daggers. It's just my favorite spell is Cloud of Daggers. Just summon, like it something that never got old for me, and all my playthrough was like 80 hours for all 3 acts. Cloud of Daggers and like the Field of Thorns that you pop up. Mwah. Roaches, thank you. Hello from Tucson, Arizona, home of the saguaro cactus. Yeah, remind me when I oofed an essential NPC in Morrowind. Aw, Pinky Punk, thank you very much. I'm glad you caught it too. Yeah, like my romance was junk because Will and Gale both threw themselves at me, and so did Shadowheart. But I figure that they must be the easiest to romance because Asterion basically shut me out super early in the game, and so I had no chance there, which, like, boo. Karlach didn't get any play there, boo. And so I basically, like, kind of begrudgingly romanced Shadowheart, and then I ended up fucking the Emperor and Mizora at some point, too. Spike Growth, that's the one. Yep, Spike Growth and Cloud of Daggers, like, and just takes care of shit so easy. Eldritch Blast as a Warlock, and both Sunbeam and Spirit Guardians goes hard. Spirit Guardians goes dummy hard. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Yeah, so this time I might do, because I'm the Dark Urge, I am thinking to, like, round out some trophies and achievements too. I think I'm gonna plan to side with Ball and see if I can do that with Ascended Asterians. And nobody spoil if that I can't do that. Yeah, I got Mizora. Yeah, wait, did you guys not know that you could do that? Yeah, she kind of like oh, and Phoebe, I absolutely did. I love them. I haven't found a deck to use them. They're sitting with the rest of my cards and slaves, but I absolutely love them. Thank you. Yeah, no, Mizora, like, it was around the time, because Mizora was in my party, like, she was on my side at the last battle, even though she kind of died. Like, I think she died in the last battle, which I feel that's kind of a... So you get all of these characters, right, that will aid you. And I called in a shit ton of them. I basically had, going into the last fight, the last fight, I basically turned one, summoned like 5 allies, and it made everything so much easier. But like Dame Aelin and Mizora didn't get anything for their endings. Okay, Mizora can't die. Okay, then she got ganked in combat and just I could never summon her again. But yeah, Dame Aelin and Mizora they didn't get anything like a proper ending for their arcs and their story, which is kind of a bummer, I feel. Like, those were 2 characters I really liked and I wanted to see more of. The one I did get anything from was Raphael, and I'm like, I don't care about you. Fuck off. Go away. But yeah, no, my ending save was a like really good ending for everybody, but also kind of jank. Like towards the end, I was like, I went with Karlach back to hell to fight with her forever. I had turned into a mind flayer. And so I was just like this fucked up mind flayer that was going to die eventually. And I abandoned Shadowheart, and Shadowheart did not like that during the reunion. Yeah, it was kind of bonked. Did I play Enlisted? I actually did play a little bit of Enlisted. Vito Corleone, did you get your 100K subscribers YouTube button? It's on its way. I actually just ordered it. It took a while. It took a while to get like the notification for it. Like I kept like keeping an eye out, but it took like 2 weeks for the notification to pop up. As an Asterion simp, I must know, did you ascend Asterion in your first playthrough? No. No, I would not let my baby do that. So Asterion actually had a really great ending that like almost, it got me a little bit choked up seeing how far he'd come, because Asterion in my playthrough starts out as he always starts out as that, but he starts out as like a real bastard, and he ended up becoming like an adventuring, like not like a harper in D&D terms, but essentially like he just went around helping people. Like he was kind of a mercenary, and it was just very sweet because he was still like that roguish piece of shit at the end, but he had kind of taken a liking to doing good. And I was like, my baby, I love that for you. No, I have not seen the fourth wall breaking scene with Karlach. No spoilers. Ooh, are there any underrated games you'd recommend? I mean, I guess it depends on what platform. Like, okay, so that's a really weird question because that covers such a wide span, right? Like, somebody's underrated game, somebody could be like, oh, God of War, Ragnarok should have won more shit. For me, underrated games are generally like indie games. So if you like really lo-fi, somebody actually mentioned analog horror earlier. If you like really lo-fi analog horror, Puppet Combo on most consoles now, PlayStation especially, their games are super aesthetic, really fun to play, pretty well made. I love they just have this low poly horror vibe, and then they're all relatively cheap too. Signalis is pretty good. It was a little too puzzly for me. Prey 2018, banger. What are some other ones? If you follow me on Twitter, every now and then I'll just talk about a game. Well, God, no, there was a Jurassic Park, not Jurassic Park. There was a first person, like, it's kind of an indie Eurojank first person Dino Crisis. Oh, what the fuck was it called? Oh, I was playing it on Xbox. I was talking about it on Twitter. God damn it. I'm gonna look it up really quick. Hear of Gloomwood. Yeah, I've heard of Gloomwood. Little Misfortune. I know Little Misfortune. Binding of Isaac. Binding of Isaac is a banger. Sunless Seas, Sunless Skies, Disco Elysium. Turok. Fuck yeah, Turok. I want to play... they released the all right, let me see. It was still a relatively... No. The first-person game was... It was not Turok. It was not Turok. I do love Turok, though. Leto Delos, totally not on subject, but I have to thank you for explaining why I was getting constant pamphlets and evangelical newsletters in the mail. Live in Portland, and the church you did videos on was sending them all the time. It really freaked me out when I moved here because everyone in my house is genderqueer. Holy crap. I am low-key... Yep, there's Castlevania Dominus. I am low-key curious if they use, like, the exact same format. Do you know if they use the exact same format as the one I did? Or the one I received when I went out? Oh, where the... New release. I want actual... Yep, there's Dredge. Yep. Alright, let me see. Sort... I don't want featured. I want new. Oh, Super Hot. Hell yeah, Super... I could not get a fucking enough of Super Hot. Super Hot and then Mind Control Delete. So damn good. Super Hot is one of those games that, like, if you don't have it on Switch, it is an ideal Switch game. All right. Sorry, I want to throw some ducats at this game. Bloodhound. I did play Bloodhound. Bloodhound is okay, actually. If you want, like, a solid... Again, Eurojank as fuck. Like, Eurojank to shit. But if you want, like, a solid Doom-like, you could do a lot worse. Bloodhound was okay. Sorry, I have to find this now. It's gonna bug me so fucking much. I can't remember what the game was. I'm pretty sure I got it on Xbox. Where the fuck? Yeah, Rewind or Die is Puppet Combo. That's one of their newer games. Lakeview Cabin. Conscript. Conscript is one I actually want to play. I've been following the development of that for a minute. All right, let's look up Dinosaur. Fossil Fuel. Fuck, that's what it is. Fossil Fuel 2 is a real... I don't want to call it... Look, I don't want to oversell it. And I got it on sale. I got it for like 14 or whatever when it first came out. I don't want to oversell it because it's not... It is jank. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty fucking jank. But it's got... Yeah, Banana Brains, you got it. It's got so much, like, heart to it. If you've ever been curious about, like, what a first-person Dino Crisis would be like, it's super indie. Like, the animations are... but it's got a lot of heart to it. Yeah, I fully recommend Fossil Fuel. Hollow Body's coming out soon. Yeah. How's everybody doing? Sorry, we've been talking about games and stuff, waiting for the stream to start. And I also have my cat right here. I don't know if anybody can see on the screen. You go to... Nope, still can't see. She says, no camera. Don't want to be on camera. Work tomorrow and Tuesday, then off for 2 weeks. Says, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Pink thing, is the Trump shooting picture AI? No. I don't think so. Hey, Shawnee P. Kibby. Gonna make Jahira talk to her family since she is not good at communicating. Yeah, Jahira... I wish they would have made Jahira romanceable. I feel like that is such a, like, missed opportunity. Baby is napping. My kitty is also chilling with me. Johnny Viral. DD is the reason I played through Infinite Warfare. Fuck yeah. Infinite Warfare is so good. Ugh. Having a great mental health day. We are so back. We've never been more back. Did I play Alan Wake 2? Yes, I did. Loved it. Phenomenal. Actually, I bought the DLC and I need to go back and finish it because I got distracted by whatever I was working on. I think Magic. I think I got distracted by Magic. But yeah, no, Alan Wake 2. Fuck, man. Fuck. I think that's just because Irish DC 95. I think that's just because that's how he does his thumb up. Looking forward to Black Ops 6. I haven't played the beta. I've heard good things, but like I'll play it. Like I think the Black Ops franchise is a lot more hit than miss in general, and I especially think that Black Ops has been way fucking better than the just tepid dog shit Modern Warfare 2 and 3 have been. I think the multiplayer in 3 is better than 2, but not by much. And I think the campaigns are just like abysmal. What did I miss? Is Tim Pool being stupid as usual? Yeah, Tim Pool is starting beef with Jake Shields over something on something to do with Nick Fuentes. So we will get to that too. Kingdom of Amalur is like one of 10 games that is in my, like, I need to play this from the Xbox 360 era. I actually yesterday I kind of just took the rest of the day off, and I spent a couple hours playing Afro Samurai in the Xbox 360 because I just happened upon it in a pawn shop randomly. It's okay. It's like a 7 out of 10 from 2009. It's fine. Jake Shields. Jake Shields is a former MMA fighter, kind of turned Nazi. Yeah, Nevi, I agree with that. I really like the Cold War campaign. Pokemon Go's outlasted the Confederacy. Thoughts on the Silent Hill 2 remake? I am cautiously optimistic. Like pretty much everybody, I think Bloober Team is not a great developer, and especially have a really bad track record when it comes to dealing with very sensitive topics. So I was not super thrilled when I heard about it. The last trailer and a lot of the I guess press finally got to go hands-on with it has kind of made me hope for better. Like I have my fingers crossed. I'd really like it to be really good. Packed nicely. I want zombies to go back to its roots again. I think, like, there's so many I could go on at length about the problems of Call of Duty, and I may or may not be writing an essay looking at each and every entry in the franchise. But long story short, I think the biggest problem with modern Call of Duty is how the campaigns have been inflated beyond, like, not campaigns, but just the content offerings are inflated beyond, like, what that format was meant to handle. And you see that in how, like, everything is everything else now. Like, there are loadouts and shit in zombies. There's all the like stuff that you can use in Warzone, you can use in multiplayer. There's no identifiable markers to all the different modes outside of one of the modes is offline. One of the modes is a campaign. And it's disappointing in a lot of ways because I know it's got to be hard for so many people. Like we're at a point now where developers who are working on Call of Duty probably grew up playing Modern Warfare, right? Who is Llewellyn? Do you think the game design of COD incentivizes all the toxicity around it? I don't know. That's a really interesting question. I think the hostage-taking voice mechanic is going to be one of the most annoying things in a while. I think it's the kind of thing that on paper you're like, oh yeah, this is going to be fun. And in execution, we've already seen how that goes. Like in execution, people are already like basically trying to sexually assault people online with it. It's just, but like at that same time, how much of that is a fan base and how much of that is like the developers are not encouraging that, but they are giving you the tools to do it, right? So it's a weird balance that I think Call of Duty hits because it is one of the biggest selling shooters of all time. It has always had a very casual audience. It is always going to have people who just want to hop on and be offensive and shout slurs, right? Yeah, so I wouldn't say that it like, you know, encourages toxicity, but I think there is something there that just in its incredibly broad approach, it encourages, seems like it does it in perpetuity. I would say it invites it, you know, like it doesn't do enough to dissuade people from being toxic. And I saw somebody mention Jacob Geller's video on torture. I did see it. I pinged the fuck off of X Defiant. I played like, I don't even think I finished a round. And granted, I wasn't in the mood for like a multiplayer online shooter, so I was like, nope, I'm out. I did the same thing with Valorant. Like I played like a round of Valorant, and Valorant does the thing I hate. I have no patience in online multiplayer. I do not want to spend time not playing the game. So I hate like death-based modes, like search and destroy, all that Counter-Strike shit. Cannot do it. And so Valorant like just really irked me. I will literally quit out of a match in Call of Duty if I accidentally get put in a playlist like that. Halo Infinite has good ass MP. Like Halo Infinite plays like butter, dude. Like for all the many, many, many fucking problems that game has, how it plays is not one of them. Oh man, Lost Planet 2 is one that I'm eventually going to get to for the shooter series. Because I played Lost Planet 1 and 3. But 2 was always... So when I was in high school, I didn't have internet access, right? Like I didn't have internet at my house. And so I also didn't have a lot of money, but I loved video games. So whenever I bought a game, I would make sure I would use my mom's phone, because she was the only one who had internet, and look up the game's achievement list to see specifically how many achievements were online and how many were offline. Because so many, I loved shooters, I loved horror games, I loved all these other games, but so many had like, and I've run into this now as I've started doing my shooter series, which I don't care anymore, but where you play a game like Turok or fucking, what's another one? Turning Point, Fall of Liberty, and half or more of the trophy list is online multiplayer for this multiplayer that nobody was playing 2 or 3 years after the fact. And so I like Lost Planet 2 was one of those. I knew it was a very co-op multiplayer game, and I just never played it. All this is going over my head, the final fanboy. I feel it. I feel ya. What about Deadlock, Valve's new game? Oh, and thank you very much. $5 from Isle. I am honestly, like, I'm sure it will be better than something like Concord because it's Valve. And not like, oh, Valve can do no wrong. They only make good games. But like, they have enough money. They have enough talented developers. They have enough time to like try and spruce up some life into the hero shooter space. That being said, I'm so fucking done with hero shooters, dude. Like, the idea that Valve is developing one is like, it does nothing for me. It does nothing for me. Aggressively. Anyone ever play Cabela's Dangerous Hunts? I actually have. I have my Xbox 360 games right behind me. Oop. Here's Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2011. That'll be one day that will make it into a shooter series. Oh fuck! I forgot I bought some of these. I have Quantum Theory. I forgot about Quantum Theory. The Koei Tecmo Gears of War knockoff. And yes, Walking Dead Survival Instinct. Black Site Area 51. That game has Alex Jones in it. I need to actually finish Black Site Area 51, because I lost the footage for that, so I got to restart it. Any Deadlock, it will be like Super Monday Night Combat, because that game was so fun. I'd kill for a reboot of that. Thank you very much, Jackie Sins, for 3 whole months. Stacey Raglan, I'm gonna be honest, I don't play any games, but I do enjoy watching people play horror games. I respect it. That's just like my mom. Actually, my mom would watch me. She always raised me to love horror movies and stuff, and used to love watching me play horror games. Tay, thank you very much for $2. Do you go to any conventions, anime, gaming, fur? No fur stuff, but not that I have anything against it. I don't. I go to a couple local conventions, like kind of when I can. I mostly go to the like shows and conventions I've been to have mostly been like toy shows, actually. Just because I, like, if y'all don't know and can't tell, I'm a toy collector. I actually got, today they came out with the Baldur's Gate, the Dungeons and Dragons Lego minifigs, and I'm quite chuffed because I basically got the Astarion and Shadowheart equivalents, which I am very, very psyched about. Now I just need to get the Tiefling. No, you can't have my real info. Hey, Jordan, good to see you after the calm and calculated flaming of Synthetic Man. I appreciate it. Hello, dog. Oh, hello. Are you unhappy I am not talking to you right now? All right, I'm gonna give lady some food real quick, and then we will dive into this. Thank you all for hanging out for a little bit as we just talk about video games. Shadow El Drago, they're so cute. They're so cute. Oh, I really hope. I think it's gonna sell really well. What I would love to see them do is further collaborate for D&D, because honestly, here's the thing. Like, it's a Lego minifigure, but you could also use it as a D&D miniature. Like, you could use that big ass, it's like $350. Like, that's way too fucking expensive for me. But the big ass D&D dragon set, you can use it for an entire campaign. They wrote a campaign book to actually play D&D throughout the set. Like, that is such a great idea. They need to do like smaller sets to like capitalize on that, I feel. Well, Lego's not owned by Hasbro, but D&D is, I believe. And I will be right back. Puppy. Hello, I know. Oh, ow. Yes, I know. Food, okay. Tea. Okay. What are we doing? My board, my rules. I mean, like, look, as somebody who's getting way into Magic the Gathering, Like, I have very little love for Hasbro. Wait through as many of the Tears of the Kingdom collectibles as I can stand, and dear God, there's so much to collect in that game. I mean, B, here's the thing. If you're not enjoying it, don't play it. Play something else. This is I cannot express to you how much the advice that you should not do homework for your hobbies helped me reconnect and enjoy games again. Because when I was doing like game journalism and stuff, I would play games like it was a job, so I would play them like a job. And it removed so much enjoyment for me. And even before that, when I was poor and I had to squeeze every dime I could out of a game. So like, okay, I beat it, so now I gotta go through and get all the achievements and get all the trophies. And if you aren't enjoying it, it just leaves you burnt out. Like, Jason, holy crap, thank you very much for 20 buckos for dog and cat treats. They will appreciate it. That actually really helps because I have to order my cat's food soon. She has to have special medicated food. Oh, thank you, Jackie Sent, for giving one to Kitten Turd and Gwenifer. Still gonna play Destiny. I mean, hey, you go for it. Holy crap, Jackie Sins. How many did you just gift? Or is that over on... Oh, that's memberships over on YouTube. Holy crap, thank you, Jackie. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Thank you so much for all the memberships. I appreciate it. Pink Thing 1313. Did I see the Spirit Hunters U2s? Yes, that's very cute. I'm very happy for Susie. She's been... I followed her channel like 4 years ago. Like way the fuck back when she was still doing just like basic Resident Evil reviews, when nobody had really followed her. And she was just like doing these really good, like solid deep dives. And yeah, I love that. I am so pleased that she has got the success that she very clearly deserves for all the hard work she's put in. Thank you. God damn, Jackie. All right, let's wait for that. Thank you for $5, Final Fanboy. Ran into that with the Elizabeth fight in Persona 3 Reload. Love the game, but quit that quest after remembering why this fight is absurd. Yeah. I need to go back and finish Persona 3 Reload. I'm actually, now that... If I can peel myself away from Baldur's Gate, I need to go back and finish SMT5 Vengeance, because I was really enjoying Shin Megami Tensei 5. And like I do with all of those games, I just stopped playing it. Give me your emotes. Take my emotes. Give me your emotes, streamer. Yeah, Scumbuddy, you heard of the dude that spearheaded DMC 3 through 5 leaving Capcom? Hideaki Itsuno, yeah. And DMC 3 through 5, and then Dragon's Dogma 1 and 2. Dragon's Dogma 1 and 2 were like his babies, from what I understand. And yeah, that's a fucking bummer, because Itsuno's the man. Like, from everything I understand, like a super rad, creative, awesome person. And I believe, and this might be, I might be misremembering this. I'm pretty sure Itsuno was actually the reason why he got a chief role in DMC3 was he was brought on to help DMC2, and he did a large part of saving that game, which should tell you how dire straits that game was in, that somebody was able to make it salvageable. I believe so. I think so. Hero, well, apparently he was talking about leaving in the 2010s. Maybe this was just from DMC5 and DD2 getting green light. Yeah, I could. Those both feel like good high notes to kind of end a career on, for sure. $5. Thank you, Ashley, for $5. Do you think the current rise in authoritarianism is going to get worse before it gets better? Honestly, probably. Which is, I don't know, like, I guess to rapidly switch tone. I think it is slowly growing in ways that we in America are not prepared for, to reckon with on a global scale, right? Things like the stuff you see in Turkey, things like the stuff you see in Israel, things like it just all over the world. Maduro and fucking the Malay, like authoritarianism, and especially like mostly right-wing authoritarianism, is like it's in a scary spot right now for sure. Modi, yep. Modi is a fucking huge one. Pretty much anybody Trump got like along with. Modi, Putin, Netanyahu. Seen some speculation that the rise of fascism emerges every few decades in a cycle. Do you think that's true? Will it end? Well, okay. So I think it's hard to say, because like there are so many things that we can look at and point to and be like, okay, this is similar to the rise of Mussolini. This is similar to the rise of Hitler, right? But what about before that? Like when people say that, they're not wrong, and a lot of the same what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of the same conditions have allowed for like that fascism to seep into America like it did in Nazi Germany. But I don't think it's like, I feel like there's not enough data to look at that and be like, oh yes, for sure, this happens every 4 decades. There's the rise and fall of fascism. And so like, I wouldn't say that is a definite trend. I understand why some people do, but I feel like I need a little bit more to go on there. But that being said, will it ever end? No. Unfortunately, like we are never going to live in a perfect utopian Star Trek society where everybody has flying cars and everybody understands that there is a best way to do things that works out for everybody in the end, that manages to maintain personal freedoms and personal control over your autonomy. You just got to like be okay with other people. And that's the problem, is that we have so many people who just aren't okay with other people. Who is Llewellyn? There's things like the Dreyfus Affair, which is sort of proto-fascist. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, if you include the Dreyfus Affair, then you have to also include the rest of everything going on in Russia at that time in history. Which was, like, kind of famously not fascist, necessarily. Even though the people, they were opposing the communists. So I get, like, yeah, I see where you're coming from. I see. Yeah, okay. Homelander, late stage capitalism always leads to fascism. We need to reform capitalism so it doesn't fall into the late stage version and crack down on fascist groups, people, and parties. Basically. Like if there's a way to do that. Yeah, a hero. There, it's not a conspiracy. It's just plain old out in the open economic interest. Yeah, like that is what I talked about it in the last video I did. But like, BlackRock is an evil fucking company. But at the end of the day, it's also just a company. Twitchy Smegly, did I do something to get banned on the Twitch chat? If I did, I'm sorry. I don't think so. I don't ban anybody. I have I don't want to call Banana Brains a minion. Yeah, actually, Mr. Yago, that's a very good point to talk about, because here's the thing. It's scary times out there, right? And I don't want to give anybody a false sense of confidence that they don't feel is deserved or anything. That being said, the longer Trump keeps doing the stuff he's been doing, the less I think he is a actually viable candidate. Because it is the stuff right here is one story that I'm talking about. There seems to be no limit to the ways he keeps putting his foot in his mouth. The ways that they keep getting bad PR for the campaign. The interviews he's taken. He took an interview with Aiden Ross, with Theo Vaughn, with Elon Musk, all of which were disastrous to one degree or another. Yeah, Shadow Drago. That's a good way to put it. He's basically self-destructing. I don't know. Some people, like, you know, it's come out, and for whatever it's worth that people are talking about, oh, it's come out from inside the Trump campaign, like sources close to Trump say this. Who knows how much of that shit is real, right? But when you keep hearing over and over, and yeah, username, we'll be talking about Arlington. I'm going to segue into this in a moment. When you keep hearing over and over that, like from sources close to Trump, he's been left shocked and stunned by the attempt on his life, that he might be self-sabotaging in a way. It fills me with a little bit of heart. Homelander, oh, I think you're right. If we win this election, MAGA never wins a presidential election again. No. And Kira Cat, yeah, the odds of him losing are good, not guaranteed. I do not want to, for a second, I do not want to, like, do not fall into the same trap of Hillary in 2016. Do not fall into it. Like, still get out and vote. Like, it is contingent upon everybody actually playing their part for what is left of the democracy we have here. Yeah, complacency is the enemy of victory, I feel. Hero, I think MAGA will have an issue for like 4 to 8 years and they'll reconfigure. You got to keep fighting and organizing any way you can. It will, like, obviously fascism will come in another form. It won't be MAGA. But if/when Trump loses, manifest it. If/when Trump loses, nobody else has, like, again, whatever bizarre riz that he has. I think part of it is the marketing, like the way he turned himself into like an icon to be sold, to be marketed as something, from the face to the hair. Like, he capitalized on that early in his career, with all the shit like, oh, the Donald and the art of the deal and all of it, like catchphrases, this and fucking like shit that goes on t-shirts. In our pop culture addled American minds, that is practically a golden ticket for iconography for a certain subsection of Americans. Because I think I said this on Twitter to somebody, but it was something to the effect of, in America, we mistake advertisement for culture. Because somebody was saying something to the effect of, like, I've never seen any country or culture get, like, nostalgic for TV ads the way Americans do. And I think that's a very similar thing, is that, like, the structures of capital are so deeply ingrained into our, like, social subconscious. It goes beyond just like, oh, you know, you're just okay with banks getting away with fucked up shit all the time and you don't even think about it. And it goes into things like advertising, iconography, how we take those for granted as just part of our everyday life, that we are purposefully being lied to and manipulated to by companies literally every moment of every day now. That our data is just being stolen and co-opted and used for stuff that we have no idea about all the fucking time. And Trump is from a different era of that, but he understands the basic part of it and how that can apply to, like, grooming an image and selling it to a population, selling it to people like MAGA. That being said, you look at other people like fucking, what's his name? DeSantis. Like, they just don't have that dog in them. Like, they just don't. Mackenzie L., do you think people will push Trump further and make him whine on purpose, given how upset he gets when people make fun of him or laugh at him? I think that would be very funny. But, no, I don't think, like, most people, a lot of the Democrats don't have that kind of attitude. Like, if Democrats gave as little a fuck as Republicans do right now, yeah, I would like to see that. I think that would be very funny. Dudes like Ron DeSantis and JD Vance is what convinces me fascists will have issues for like 5 to 10 years. Yeah, exactly. Like, JD Vance is such a great, oh man, I need to watch. I still haven't watched. Let's watch that on stream. Let's do that as a warm up. I haven't watched the JD Vance donut store thing. The second thing, you type in JD Va, and it's donut. JD Vance booed during speech at firefighters. Look at his face, man. Damn. He looks like he's gonna fucking cry. Like, that, oh man. Whoo. Young Turks. Okay, here we go. He cannot, like, the man is just one human fumble after another. Why is there no audio? What is... I don't know why it's not... Oh, is it not playing in my actual headphones? What the fuck? That's just super low. What the... Why is there no... How about you? How long have you worked here? Okay, good. See a lot of glaze here. Just whatever makes sense. He's such an alien idea of a human. Hello, dog. Hello. I know. I love you. I'm working. I'm trying to put food on your table. I'm trying to get money so I can buy your dog food. I know. I know. Okay, well, I will give you pets if you come here. I will give you pets if you come here. Okay, she's going to get her ball. Where's your ball? Okay. He answers small talk with okay. Yeah, he's just, how long has this place been around? Oh, there's the fucking...
4 years.
About 4 years? Okay. How long have you been here?
A little over 6 months.
Okay, good.
Okay, good. What?
Yeah, it's, when we selected this place, I didn't know if it had been here for 20 years or 4 years, or, you know, you never know. Sometimes you drop in. Zoo has come to town. Thank you for letting us come in here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm Katie Vance, American Vice President. Good to see you.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so it's her problem though. She set the tone for the conversation by being like, "Okay, that's so good."
Do 2 dozen?
Okay.
Yeah. And just a, you know, random assortment of stuff here.
That's not how you order from a donut shop, dude.
I've been here since the beginning of July
Okay.
of this year.
Okay, good.
Okay, good.
Almost 2 years.
Okay, good. How long is it?
Here's
Just
the
everything, yeah. I mean, a lot of glazed here, some sprinkle stuff.
Like it's so clear that he's not, like, he's both trying to turn it into an interview, like a look at how nice and personable I am, but he's kind of forgetting to actually order the donuts, which is the main part of going to a donut shop, is picking out different flavors for everybody. And yeah, it's how somebody say he's like a Gestapo officer. He reminds me of the Wolfenstein 2, the milkshake Nazi. It's like, just like, there's a lot of glaze stuff here, some sprinkle stuff. Whatever you want, just put it in the box. Like, he just has he's negative Riz. What the hell, man? Some sprinkle stuff is crazy. Some sprinkle stuff. Damn. Well, that's the who's running for vice president, everybody. But I want to get into... Oh, hello, dog. Lady, come on now. I know. I'm honey. Okay, I'm going to try and give her a treat and see if she goes for it. Ow, ow, ow. Your claws are getting too sharp. Ow, ow, ow. Okay. Irish DC. Chady Vance is such a void of charisma. If he ran at a pigeon, it wouldn't move. So the other big fuck up this week, and we talked about it a little bit on the last stream, but Trump, from what I understand, basically faked an event at Arlington. And we'll get into this in a second. Trump suggests Gold Star families to blame for Arlington Cemetery controversy. The former president said it may have been Gold Star families, not his campaign, who distributed images and videos of him at Arlington. Oh, God damn it, Rolling Stone. Fuck. Here we go. Statement from the U.S. Army took the fiasco to a new level on Thursday morning. An Army spokesperson began by emphasizing in writing that those participating in Monday's wreath-laying ceremony were made aware of federal laws, Army regulations, and Pentagon policies which clearly prohibit political activities on cemetery grounds. like a photo op for an ongoing campaign would be. Just as notably, the Army spokesperson went on to explain that an employee attempted to ensure adherence to the rules when she was abruptly pushed aside. Despite Trump campaign denials about a physical altercation, according to the Army, the employee acted with professionalism and avoided further disruption. The Army generally goes out of its way to avoid issuing provocative statements related to politicians, especially during a campaign, but in this case, the branch made an exception. For his part, the Republican nominee delivered public remarks on the matter for the first time hours later. He misstated the date of his visit to Arlington, bragged about being on time for the event at the cemetery, characterized himself as a victim of a smear, and concluded that President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris killed American service members in Afghanistan. If that sounds ridiculous and offensive, it's because it was ridiculous and offensive. Around the same time, Trump campaign advisor Chris LaCivita, on the heels of publicly criticizing the official who works at the cemetery, issued a statement online that called the office of the Army Secretary a bunch of hacks. Great. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Oh no, he didn't have a rally. He did a photo opportunity at a wreath. God, why can't I say wreath laying? Like, he did this entirely to help out with the median white Army supporting vote. And it literally cannot backfire more than it has. It's incredible. The final fanboy. Oh, thank you very much for $5. I know my favorite donut from my favorite shop offhand. Yeah, no, JD Vance, he acts like he's never been to a donut shop, which, like, I do. I have several donut shops. Here's my problem. I'm a fucking donut fiend. Like, I will sit and eat, not as much as I used to. I used to have a lot higher sugar tolerance. Which just, it goes away as you get older and your metabolism slows down. But, like, when I was in high school and my metabolism was ridiculously high, I would just put donuts away. And, yeah, so I like all kinds of donuts. There's a really great kind of local special. It's not anything, like, too special, but it's essentially, a local shop I go to has these big, like, flat, wide donuts. And my favorite one to get, they put like the sprinkle animal cookies on top, so that when you bite into it, you get the crunch of that animal cookie, but with the softness of this like really cakey donuts. Good shit. I also, like, I'll fuck with pretty much any donut, honestly. Like, I like me some raspberry filling, I like me some cream filling, I like me some like original, like a good cake donut. Like, I'll fuck up a blueberry donut. Apple fritter, hell yeah, let's go. Donut holes are satanic, or I will also just get some sprinkle stuff. Like, sometimes I'll get some sprinkle stuff. Shabiri is well 150. Wait, don't fuck donuts. I can't. The holes are too small. Jackie sends, thank you very much for $10. Just give me some apple fritter, cinnamon rolls, churros, and I'll be good. Fuck yeah. Now you're talking. I love churros. So there's a really great taqueria. Well, calling it a taqueria is giving it a little bit too much credit. It's a Mexican food joint. Here that if Tomboy Succubus ever pops into the chat again, you can ask them when they were here for when they were here visiting me and we were streaming and stuff together. I ended up taking them to it, and they have such good churros and such good horchata. Oh, I fucking love horchata. Oh, yeah, I will. Churros, horchata, big burrito. Let's go. That's how I do. Levi Ticker, one time I was selling some donuts and soda to a cop and his total came out to $13.12, and it was a real struggle not to laugh. I would have. I feel like I would have, unfortunately. All right, let's get back to this real quick. Not gonna lie, your viewers have the sissies names, LMAO. I don't know what that means. Irish CC, thank you very much for another 100 biddies. My cousin has a Mexican place and he does spuds, which is burrito stuff and a baked potato. Oh, I love fucking fusion. I love fusion so much. When I was down in San Diego last year, year before, and a person I was there with took me to a like ramen fusion Mexican joint, and so it was like, imagine ramen but made with like spicy burrito peppers and shit. Yo, that was so good. Oh, so good. Sussiest. Okay. I figured it was something like that, Tay. My boy, Leatherface, I ate churros once. They felt too greasy. You gotta understand, I'm obese, fam. I'm built like a hippo, and them motherfuckers was too greasy. I think you had the wrong kind of churros. Like, churros, there needs to be a good balance. Like, I'm not saying churros don't have any grease or fats in them. They definitely do. But, like, a churro should not be, like, dripping grease like a piece of pizza or anything. Like, that's too much. Somebody fucked up on their churro. Yeah. Oh, sushi Peruvian fusion is amazing if you can find it. It sounds so fucking good. That sounds so good. Hell yeah. Anyway. Meanwhile, on Capitol Hill, there's a burgeoning conversation about uncovering answers that have not yet reached the public. Political reported, quote, Virginia Senator Tim Kaine, a Democrat who sits on the Senate Armed Services panel, added Thursday he wants to see the Army's report on confrontation. As a member of the Armed Services Committee, I'm troubled by the reporting and want to see the incident report. Vote Vets, a progressive veterans group, wasted little time in throwing its public support behind the Democratic senator's efforts, and there's a related push underway from several House Democrats. Mark Esper, who served as Trump's defense secretary, has also called for an investigation into it's. Oh my God. It's going so well. I want to see the public remarks really quick. Oh, mango habanero salsa. I fuck with that. I got some mango chutney that I've been using for pork chops. I made some pretty good chops the other day, actually. Pork chops are, for my money, pork chops are the best, like, juicy meat. Like, to get it just right. Like, pork chops and hamburger. Steak is a little bit harder to get it in that perfect, like, there's a glaze, light crunch on the outside, juicy, fully cooked meat on the inside. Yeah, I love me some chops. Where are we going? What are we doing? Come on now. God, he looks fucking terrible. Can I not?
And while I was there for a long time. It was very tough to get to because I was not away, but I did. I made it I got there right on time, and I spent a lot of time there. And while I was there, those families that asked me to be there, as they said, 3 families plus 1 soldier who was horrifically injured, both legs and an arm. And they asked me if I would be there, so I went. And while we were there, they said, could you take pictures over the grave of my son, my sister, my brother? Would you take pictures with us, sir? I said, absolutely, I did. And then I said farewell. I said goodbye.
I said farewell.
And last night I read.
Homelander, do you think he's in the early stages of what happened to Joe Biden, dementia and sundowning? I think he has been for years, and I think being out of the spotlight, like, if you go back and look at, I've talked about this before, but if you go back and look at how he acted last election cycle versus how he's acting now, the difference is stark. Or it's starting to align more now that he's actually been on the campaign trail a while. I think 4 years away allowed him to rest up a lot and at least, come out swinging on the campaign trail. But I think, yeah, the man he's old. And he's been through 4 years of being the president of the United States. Like, of course he's in cognitive decline. Like, that's not like surprising to me at all. And yeah, I do think he is at the very least. I don't know about like dementia.
To politic. That I used
but
it
he's
to
just
politic.
not.
This all comes out of Washington.
Not where
just
he
like
was.
all of these prosecutors come out of Washington. They all come out. They send their prosecutors into the DA's office. They send them into the Attorney General's office. These are bad people we're dealing with. So I go there. They ask me to have a picture, and they say I was campaigning. I don't need. The one thing I get is plenty of publicity. I don't need that. I don't need the publicity. But these are great people, and when you think about it, Joe Biden killed their children by incompetence.
My God. See, he's like, this is what I do think he is starting to get, like he's starting to lose it, is that he will go on these tangents, right? And I noticed it when I watched him at CPAC, is they would just, it's this thing of like, I think he has always had it. I think he's always had a little bit of ADHD, a little bit of neurodivergence or whatever, because he's always gone on tangents. But I think now it's at a point where he will lose himself in a tangent, not be able to find his way out, and then just go on more tangents. And it makes his rambling so much more incoherent. But you see, he still has this reflex. When he kicks into overdrive, he's like, Joe Biden. And he's revving up the audience with his tone. Oh, yeah, I think Homelander, he will be fully where Joe Biden was by 2028, for sure. For sure. Oh, yeah, no, Mr. Yago, I saw a clip going around from W when, I want to say it was one of his elections. I think it was against Kerry. And people were like, yo, it's fucking crazy that we had like one of the worst presidents we've ever had, George W. Bush, and who for so long was known for being inarticulate, for being a dumb. And now he sounds like a fucking Rhodes Scholar.
Should have never happened. Kamala killed their children, just as though they had a gun in their hand.
Jesus.
By gross incompetence. And not one general or incompetent bureaucrat was fired for the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. And then they accused me of having a picture taken at the tombstone with a family because...
That's not what they were accusing you of. Oh, yeah, I do want to go really quick over the weird... He's been on...
transitioned
trans stuff lately.
Women, did you see? Fighting a young, beautiful Italian boxer, top boxer. They thought big things from her.
This is, by the way, the stuff with Khalif came out months ago. No, weeks ago, excuse me. Ooh. Okay, I don't know how to pull that up. Okay, let me... Do you have another copy of that, Banana Brains? Volcano, him saying Joe Biden to fire up the crowd is like hearing a carbureted engine that's been sitting for years to get really loud like it's about to start, only to fail ignition. Exactly. But like it shows how little he actually pays attention. Like, nobody should be surprised by this. No, Amain is not trans, and as many people in my comments, and thank you for pointed out, like the IOC, like, she was never even determined to be officially intersex. That was just like a thing people immediately started with. So there's no evidence that she's really even intersex. She's just a cis woman. For as far as all evidence points to, she is just a cis woman.
Bing, a left jab, just a jab. She go, whoa, what? I just got hit with a horse. Again, bing. She said, I'm out. She quit.
God,
Couldn't
listen
take
to
it.
the fucking dead
Two
air.
punches. The second one, likewise, got into the ring with a couple of very talented women. Just beat the hell out of them. They both won the gold medal. Shockingly. Are you shocked? You're not shocked, huh? In fact, you would have bet everything. You would have bet 100%. The odds were pretty good, right? And then you have somebody that wants me.
So there was that, and then there was another thing he did that was just like embarrassing. And then after this, we'll get into because there's not much to talk about with the whole Trump thing, aside from the fact that he is continually embarrassing himself and just like he won't stop sticking his foot in his mouth and fucking up, and then doubling down on when you're talking about Arlington. A key conservative demographic has always been, or at least purports to be, veterans. And this is literally just fucking spitting in their faces. It's wild to me. Wild.
The thing is incredible. Think of it. Your kid goes to school.
All right, I want to.
Things that almost nobody in this room wants, who I think 85-90% of the country doesn't want if they actually. But the transgender thing is incredible. Think of it. Your kid goes to school.
I kind of want low key. I kind of want. I think it would be a really cute like notification sound just to clip him saying the transgender thing is incredible. Like as a like somebody subscribe to the channel sound. I would love that. That would be so cute. I have no idea. The echoing is on their side.
Home a few days later with an operation. The school decides what's going to happen with your child. And you know, many of these childs, 15 years later, say, what the hell happened?
Childs? Childs? Many of these childs? So, okay, put aside the grammatical error for a second. For a very basic word like children, the idea that, okay, so schools are currently brainwashing our kids, but also 15 years later, all these kids regret it. Have they been doing it for 15 years? If so, why didn't you run on this before? Why are you just talking about it now? Transgenders are really hot right now. That is... All right, I need to see where the rest of this came from, because this is bonkers. Oh, it's the Moms for Liberty thing. Cool. I think one of those ding-dongs was at CPAC when I was there. Tim Pool's dad, schools are always an indoctrination center. No, it's not Outer Wilds music. I think my cat sat on my PlayStation controller and turned it on. Oh, unless you're hearing the vaporwave music, then that might... I don't believe so. Might be. For some reason, I don't think you're a lifelong Democrat. And you're just like, oh gosh, these guys are obviously the ticket. Duh. Come on. Video froze. My video? Shouldn't have. 2BN323, thank you very much for $5. The glorious thing is Trump will never listen to his advisors. When I watch him talk like that, Family Guy character, good. No, he won't. Like, he always thinks he is the right person at the right time. He always thinks he knows better.
You know, Europe has gone totally away from it now. We're way behind them. They don't do it anymore. And this is just horrible. But who can even believe this is happening? So think of it. You have these parents that end up in fistfights at school meetings, and the parents mean well.
What?
They end up getting arrested, put in prison. I've seen things, especially Loudoun County, right? Loudoun County, it's a hotbed. Anybody from Loudoun? You know, I have the property. I have the big, great golf course there.
Jesus Christ.
You had one of your groups that was very impressive to me. And I said, anytime you want to use my land along the Potomac River, right under the American flag, I mean, I have sort of an unlimited capacity there. It's a lot of acres, and it's miles along the Potomac. It's truly beautiful, but you know, I'm for parental rights all the way. I don't even understand the concept.
See, like he can't even really go a couple seconds without like trying to sell some shit to people. Irish DC, thank you for muted on Twitch side. Fucking why? Shouldn't be. We're back. Okay, it came back. Okay. Oh, only on YouTube? Where's Rosa composting when you need them? Video is back. Fully muted. No audio. No, it's not off. Is it, for everybody on YouTube, is it still on? Ah, nope. Twitch, why are you like this? Okay. Went quiet on Twitch? Weird. Why? Oh, no, not what I want. Yeah, I don't know, everybody. Died for a moment, then came back with no audio. Okay, so there's just like a fun little... Okay. Okay, my internet is working, can't hear anything. Oh, ow. God damn. Lady drew a little bit of blood when she scratched me. Did the stream crash? To YouTube I say we are not going back. Well, I don't want... Audio's fine on YouTube. Stream crashed. Do. Yeah, let me say, okay. Oh. Audio dead. Anybody, but can you hear me? Well, so over on YouTube, I know all y'all can hear me. But I need... Hey, Cindy Jen. Oh, Draxus Storm Scale. Are they... Do they not have you on a generic? One of the most chillest streamers. Oh, thank you. If y'all can hear me, that would be rad. Audio gang. Yeah, okay, Twitch is not doing... Alright. All right. I'm gonna take it down, then put it back up. I'm gonna type that into Twitch. Oh, wait. So now I don't hear you. Okay. Works on YouTube. All right. I'm going to take down the